I've never ever arrested a person because of the color of their skin. I arrested that person because they violated the law.
Words and images are powerful. They paint a picture of a person, whether right or wrong, that lasts forever. Kendrick Lamar said it best.
You vandalized my perception but can't take my style from me. And this is more than a confession. I mean, I might press a button, so you know my discretion. You sabotage my community, making a killing. You made me a killer.
Why do you see me as a killer, a drug dealer? Are black men in America being targeted because of the negative images we see of them in music videos? Is this one primary reason black men and boys are viewed negatively by large portions of society?
I feel that, the violence in music definitely does play a big role in how we as African American men are seen in society. It's, I guess, generally seen that, all black men are violent, live in trap houses or, sell drugs or in gangs now, because that's a commonality in the music that is being produced by our culture, for the most part. Now, how we're viewed in society is like, if that's what's constantly being put on the airways and on MTV and BET, and you're constantly seeing people talk about how much money they got or how many drugs they sell or all of that nonsense and the violence, then it's kind of constantly brainwashing people to think that all African American males are about that life.
I think hip hop has like a major impact on like our culture. I think it's kind of like the voice of like our people, especially like the youth of our generation. And I think music has always been that, especially in like African American communities. So I think it's really just like going along with like black expressionism, like expressing ourselves like in today's like day and age.
I don't think hip hop plays a direct role in police brutality. I think that it's not the main reason that police treat us the way that they treat us, but I think it is associated with some of the negative stigma that African Americans have towards police. Of course, that stemmed from history and generational hatred of police with black people, but I feel like the younger black people that weren't exposed to that generational hatred are now seeing it through the lens of music. And oftentimes it's important to realize that in some ways the hip hoppers and the rappers and the musicians in the African American community are like politicians, and that what they say has a very strong influence on the zeitgeist or the overall thought process of the generation that is listening to the music.
And we don't hear all the time bad words towards our friends. So I think it has a close relationship, and I think it's something very negative, and it's also both for the minorities and both for violence against women. There is always music about violence against women, violence against African Americans. So I think it's very related.
Is rap music the scapegoat for the stereotype on black youth?
No, I don't really think that it's a scapegoat. I don't look at rap music as being a particular music that would designate any particular person being black or white. I personally do not listen to rap music. It's just not my music. I'm in an older generation. Officer Whitley, on the other hand, he does listen to rap music on occasion. So I don't look at a person when it comes to music as into whether they're white or black or any other nationality.
I don't think race has to have an issue. I don't think color matters. I don't see color personally. I think it depends on what their mentality is and their attitudes at that time.
I don't see any particular person as a black man or a white man or Asian or any other thing. I look at the person as a person. When I handle a complaint, when I first get to the complaint, I allow that person to take control, and I give them the ball. How they want to handle it and what they want to do with that ball becomes their responsibility.
Let's continue to march for justice, but maybe it's time to rethink the messages being sent out to the world about ourselves through music.